to the Game Lab by Abstergo Entertainment. You can use the Game Lab to customize game modes and create unique player experiences.
Hello everybody, Loomer here again. So bringing you continuing coverage of some Assassin's Creed 4 multiplayer footage that I captured at a preview event a few weeks ago from a near final build of the game. So today I already put up a video about the changes to Smoke Bomb, and now we're going to take a look at the new Game Lab, which, as most of you probably know, is pretty much the biggest and most exciting new change that they're making for Assassin's Creed 4 Multiplayer. It lets you take any existing mode and adjust various parameters on them to make your own modes. And so we'll go here through the general settings. Game session time can be adjusted from 5 to 30 minutes. Melee kills you can disable, which is what they've done in Pistolier mode. You can disable stuns, ground finishes, lookalikes like in Deathmatch. Chase breakers, whispers, heartbeats, these are all pretty straightforward. Approach meter start zone is how you can adjust the meter to behave like Brotherhood or Revelations where it starts. Lock awareness being you know, what they use in Pistolier mode. You see a lock icon. I'm kind of blowing through these really quick, but you can see them if you pause the video. Sorry if I go through these really quick. But one of the more interesting things is, like, for ranged weapons, you can adjust their aim time to be instant. I mentioned this in the Pistolier mode as well, which can be really fun, I think. You might have seen I was customizing specifically for Wanted, and you can choose map size for non-team modes, so you can actually play Wanted on a deathmatch type thing, or you can play deathmatch in a full-size map. So it's kind of interesting. You can also ban certain abilities. You can ban ranged abilities. These are all the abilities. I'll have a video up later that spends more time going through each of these abilities and their stats and the perks and streaks. So don't worry too much about trying to catch all the different abilities, perks, and streaks in this video here, because I'll have a video that goes through them in more detail later. But this is just to give you the idea that, hey, you can ban any ability, any perk, or any streak, or you know, kill or lost streak bonuses. You can force up to 2 ability sets. You can actually make it so everything has 0 cooldowns, so all abilities are ready as soon as you use them, which is also kind of crazy. You can do lots of fun stuff with it. Here's where you can set the bonuses from 0 to, I think it was, what was it, like 1,000 for any of these. Kind of interesting, what's missing in the bonus listing is Ambush is gone, it seems, and I think there are no more chases in AC4. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to talk to the devs too much about this, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think there are no more chases in AC4, which is really, it's a little hard for me to wrap my head around that and the implications it has in different modes, but just something that could be true and might be kind of interesting. Here you can adjust the multipliers on the different types of kills, of course. Instead of bonuses, they're now multipliers, so you can set how they are how they're used. You can also force the interface in your Game Lab mode. So it's kind of interesting. You can actually, one thing that's really awesome is you can adjust your interface in general, but you can also, if you're making a Game Lab mode, force various aspects of the interface onto everyone else. And I'll have a look later on about how the other how you can customize your interface later. Anyway, moving on to Artifact Assault. I'm gonna look through some of the other different modes you can customize. The free-for-all modes are all pretty straightforward. The team modes get really interesting in the things you can customize. So going to Artifact Assault here, you can set things like the capture zone size. You can make it really big or really small. You can change the rules where it's like you have to have your artifact in your base before you can capture it. You can change the artifact pickup time, whether it's instant or not. Carrier speed, which is funny. You can make the carrier like run really slow, and then everyone has to crowd around and protect them. Compass interface. Reverse player interactions is also very interesting, because that means normally in Artifact Assault you kill on your side and you stun on the opposing team's side, but you can actually change that so that you're killing when you're over on the other side and you stun when they're trying to capture your artifact, which is kind of insane. I have no idea how that actually works out. But I mean, it's interesting. We see what happens. So Wanted, Deathmatch, and Assassinate all have pretty much the same customizations here. I'm imagining playing Assassinate on a deathmatch-sized map might be really crazy. I'm really curious to see what that might look like. So I'm just going through a few of these. I don't go through all the modes, but through most of them. Domination also has some really deep customizations that you can do for team modes. How fast the victory gauge moves, whether or not there's an instant win if it fills up all the way. Again, capture zone size, how long it takes to capture, numerical superiority, meaning you can only capture if you have more players than are defending, I believe. Whether or not it speeds up with more people in it. You can set it to show how many people are attacking and defending on both sides for all the zones. And then the reverse player actions, which again might be kind of insane because you just go into the capture zone that you're trying to capture and just kill everyone. And it seems, I don't know, it just seems like it would make it really aggressive and kind of crazy. So yeah, it's tons of stuff you can do here. I think that's pretty much all the time we spend on the modes. I think the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to really quickly go over to the options, because this is kind of almost like a game lab-ish thing where you can change the interface, you can turn on various things, and they provide 3 presets as well for ease of use. So there's the default interface, there's one that's called Advanced, which turns on like a few more additional things, and then they have one that I'm really excited for called Cinema, which just turns off the HUD. And so that'll be really cool for kind of like you know, fan videos and stuff and people's intros, so I'm really excited to see what comes out of the community from that. How this interacts with the Game Lab is you can set your own interface things, but if there's restrictions on Game Lab for the interface, then those override your personal restrictions. So, you know, Game Lab can force an interface on you. Anyway, so that's pretty much a look at the new Game Lab. It's very exciting. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking of, what you're most excited for, kind of the ideas you have for different modes. And stay tuned for the rest of the week. I got tons of cool videos coming out about stuff about like character customization. I'll have a look at all those abilities, perks, and streaks like I mentioned, and a few matches of the multiplayer as well to play through. So really excited for it. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos, so stay tuned and I'll see you soon.